The Newsline.
Hello and welcome back to People's TV. Before you continue watching, we urge you to pause and truly focus on what you're about to see. In this footage, school children from Arugam Bay are marching, shouting slogans in Tamil. At first glance, it might seem like a typical student protest, perhaps over a teacher transfer, poor school conditions, or a request for better facilities. After all, those are the causes we usually associate with children in demonstrations. But this is something entirely different, something deeply disturbing. These children are not asking for a playground or a classroom roof that doesn't leak. They're protesting against Israeli tourists. Yes, children. Being used to chant radical slogans they don't even understand. They're parroting phrases like Zionist Sau, a word most of them likely couldn't define if asked. This isn't activism. This is exploitation. Let's be clear, radical pro-Hamas elements are active in Arugam Bay. And they're not just whispering in shadows anymore, they're out in the open, using children to push their extremist agenda. This isn't the first time they've tried to manipulate public sentiment. We've already seen how they use social media, corrupt politicians, and even segments of mainstream media to falsely accuse Israeli-run businesses in the east of drug trafficking. One bankrupt politician even went so far as to sing songs glorifying Hamas terrorists. Now, they've crossed the line, indoctrinating innocent school children. This is illegal. It's immoral. It's child abuse, plain and simple. Dressing it up as freedom of expression doesn't make it right. It's a blatant misuse of the education system and a violation of everything our society claims to stand for. This protest is not an isolated event. It's a symptom of a larger, far more dangerous disease. We've seen this pattern before, most notoriously in Gaza, where Hamas brainwashes children from the moment they can speak, filling their minds with hatred and jihad. By the time they're teenagers, they've been groomed to glorify violence and martyrdom. That same poison is now seeping into our soil. There have already been reports of racially charged, extremist content being slipped into Eastern school curricula and madrasas. This latest protest makes one thing clear: the grooming has moved from behind closed doors into broad daylight. And if we don't act now, the consequences will be irreversible. But the real goal here goes far beyond Israeli tourists. These radical factions want to destabilize Sri Lanka. They want to burn bridges with Israel, a country that not only welcomes thousands of Sri Lankan workers but contributes significantly to our foreign exchange. A Sri Lankan working in Israel sends more money home in a single month than many earn in a year in the Gulf. Israeli tourists also spend far more than the average visitor. Cutting ties with Israel would be economic suicide. And that's exactly what these extremists want. They want to bankrupt our tourism industry, destroy the livelihoods of entire communities, and ultimately, topple the government so they can replace it with one sympathetic to their radical ideology. They're not hiding it, they're testing our silence. And if we allow this to continue, Sri Lanka could once again bleed like it did during the Easter attacks or the Civil War. This is not about religion. This is about radicalism. We cannot afford to hide behind the smoke screens of coexistence and tolerance while our children are being turned into political weapons. We cannot allow extremists to hijack our schools, our economy, and our future. The time to act is now. Not when the next attack happens. Not when another community is torn apart. Now. We urge the authorities, investigate this. Prosecute those responsible. Protect our children. Protect this country. Would you like this version shortened for a 1-minute video voiceover or formatted for social media platforms? If this report helped you see things clearly, don't keep it to yourself. Like, share, and subscribe to People's TV, where truth has no agenda, and facts speak louder than spin.
Subscribe us for more details.